What's going on, everybody? What's going on? How are we doing? Let's see here. Oh yeah. What's going on, everybody? Let's see here. Salute to Rome in the chat. Make sure y'all hit that like on the way in. Shout out to the moderator, Alex. But what? Damn, I remember for a minute there, Lil Jon had a run, man. Seemed like he was dropping hits for everybody. Yeah, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the travel vlog channel. I think I'm gonna start vlogging again next week. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start vlogging again next week, so be on the lookout for that. You know what I mean? Cause it's time to show brothers how to you know what I mean, get their fitness together, man. Tired of these detractors acting like passport bros are just guys that just sit around the house and do nothing. Oh man, let's see here. Yeah, man, follow me on TikTok and Instagram. The music, yeah, buddy, and the merch, man. Man, check out the merch. And if you want to donate to the show, that is the Cash App tag. And speaking of which, I already got to give a shout out to my brother, Mr. Jamal Fowler, man, reacting to Yo Cash app right now. He is officially the sponsor of the show. Mr. Jamal Fowler, man. Shout out to that brother, man. With the $20 cash app, man. Appreciate you, man. And he also purchased a hoodie from the merch line, and he said he loved it, man. So, you know, that's the link, man. Make sure y'all check out the merch. Like people was asking me to get that going for the longest, man. I finally got that up as well. You know, as well as the music, man. So, you know, other ways to support the channel as well. Uh, you know, just giving the people what they want. Uh, yeah, this is definitely needed. Definitely needed. And to be honest with you, after the reaction I did earlier, I'm like, I'm, 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 I'm on one tonight. I'm on one tonight. Oh man, but this is definitely needed, man. And I'm gonna have got a huge somebody that I've wanted to have on the channel for a long time. Um, they're gonna be on the look like they're potentially gonna be on the channel next weekend, so just be on the lookout for that. Uh Hey man. Oh my god, bruh. Y'all are hilarious, man. Y'all are hilarious. Oh my god, the cat that hold on, bruh. Hold on. Cause man, it's okay. Cause I gotta stop, man, cause they coming in hot. Jeez Louise. First of all, hey man, Global Passport Crew said, Jamal Fowler, I'm coming for that number one spot with the $20.50 cash app. Oh man, gotta love that brother, man. Gotta love him, man. Thank you for that cash app, brother, man. Oh, good lord. And then Carrie, uh with the salutes. You know what I mean? With the $10 cash app, man. Appreciate you, brother. The Global Passport Crew is officially the sponsor of the show with the $20.50 cash app. Shout out to that brother, man. Oh man. Jamal just popped up in. Yeah, Jamal Fowler, man. Global Passport Crew just he just took you up top, man, for your as the sponsor of the show, man. Oh man, y'all, I love you guys, man. Y'all are hilarious, man. Uh, oh my goodness. but like I said, man, I always appreciate the cash apps, super chats. However, I'm like, I just prefer cash apps because YouTube take you up top. I think they take like 30 or 40%. But if either way, either way, man, I appreciate it, man. Um, thank you, you guys. I appreciate you, man. But yeah, so today I wanted to discuss, uh, as far as in the US, because everybody can't be a passport bro, and we all understand that. But I think I think this is an important discussion that needs to be talked about. Uh, because it seems like every woman that wants to get married or wants something serious long term, it seems like eventually they don't no longer want to work or have to work. So I don't know. It just seems like marriage is starting to become something that seems to be only beneficial for, or should I say, sustainable for the elite. And it got me, seeing this starting to trend so much. It just kind of got you wondering, like, damn, should only 6 and 7 figure earners get married? Because it seems like anybody who isn't making that, they don't really seem to have much of incentive to get married. So I don't know. It's very interesting. See, we got 29 uh watching. Um, so y'all see the name of the show. Women want providers. Should only 6 and 7 figure earners get married? So what I am going to do is, you know what? Because this is ain't. I think this is. I think this is. I want to say this is probably more of a open discussion, more so than a agree disagree. But I kind of want to hear what people got to say. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to drop the link. Um, but I'm only gonna bring people on one at a time. Um, and try to give people, like, try to keep it minimal, you guys, man. Because I know guys want to come in and say their piece, but let's try to keep it somewhere between like 5 minutes, give or take 5-10 minutes. Plus, I don't want to be on here too long. Um, but yeah, so I am going to drop the link now. So I'm gonna bring guys on one at a time. You'll say what you think and whatever, and then I'll take you out and then bring the next person on. And you know, like always, you know, just try to refrain from profanity. Try to keep it minimal at best. Um, you know, just just be respectful. Um, you know, we all grown here. We ain't gotta baby each other. We know what time it is. All right. The DJ Gray Hat, very. And see, and that's the thing, man. In my opinion, based on what you're saying, it actually makes more sense to me for people that don't make that kind of money to get married, because there's actually benefits from it, as well as combining incomes and turning it into something else. That's one of the reasons why when that's one of the reasons why I've talked about polygamy and polygyny so much, because I'm like three incomes over a short term period, saved up and invested into something, can turn into a situation where all three of y'all don't have to work anymore. And I'm like, you know, I'm just trying. I'm a math guy, so I'm trying to figure out ways to beat this inflation in the states, man. You know what I mean? Uh, so yeah, man, that's all. Shout out to Lily Tate. Hello, Lily. Oh yeah, that reminds me, Lily. I gotta check out that live show that you did. There was a young lady that you had on there that Frank reached out to me about. Global Passport Crew, I see you in the back. Give me 1 second. I want to read off this super chat real quick before I go. Keep going. The Art of Will with the $1.99 super chat says, I love these the strag shows. Oh man. Oh, Rolando G. Like I was just mentioning, man. I said, three incomes are better than one. So I'm like, that's one of the reasons why other brothers are kind of against polygamy and polygyny. Me, not so much, because the idea of three incomes coming in over a short period of time and being saved that can turn into something else. That's what I was thinking. Because I remember doing a video not too long on a throuple that actually did something similar to that. At one point, all three of them was working, but then they invested their money and now they own like a couple businesses here and there. So it's like they just kind of do them and travel now. So, you know. But okay, Rolando G. All right. So let me bring Global Passport Crew up real quick. What's going on, bro?
Hey, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. Um, I was just looking at an article referencing blackdemographics.com. Um, unless women are willing to accept the average income what black men make, that's just the way it is. Um, you're not going to get those 6, 7 figure earners because that's a representation of only 1%, 1.1% of single black men that make 6 figures. Now we just take the average is basically 9% total of earners, and that's including everybody married, single, part of the alphabet community, all that stuff. It broke it down to African American, single African American male millennials make 6 figures, which is about 90,000 of us, and that's between the ages of 25 and 40. And this came from the year of 2019, which represented only about 2%, and that's both male and female. And it splits it up, and it has black males over making $100,000 at 1.1% of the whole group. The rest was black females.
Wow.
So amongst our group, it's extremely slim pickings. Okay, and I was just reading, I don't have that up, but there was another article I just saw about who's making what type of money in what group. And basically, in terms of income, making what group makes what kind of money. Generally, the 6 figure group guys, 100K guys, are generally like the computer guys, basically software engineers and stuff like that. Physician assistants and stuff like that. When you start getting anything higher, you're basically talking about you're basically getting into oh wait, here it is. Here's the article. The show you real quick. The people making six figures, those are the pharmacists, anesthesiologists, computer scientists, dentists, financial managers, advanced practical registered nurse, software developers, physician assistant, construction managers, information system managers, marketing and sales managers. Those are the ones that's in that $100,000 plus year salary. Now, if you're talking seven figures where you hear these women talk about, which is a pipe dream, those are the CEOs, the business owners, investment banking managers, corporate lawyers. They have YouTubers and social media influencers, but that's when you start getting into like the higher end YouTubers and social media influencers and bloggers and stuff like that. Those are the dudes, people that's like red carpet type stuff. They got major endorsements and stuff. Those type of people. Okay. And eight figures, you can just kiss that one goodbye, because that's when you started really getting into straight up high-end Hollywood type peeps. So a lot of this delusion that we hear from women, is what it is delusion. You're not going to get those type of people. So basically, when you're looking at even the $100,000 category, which basically, as a single person, you're basically living paycheck by paycheck, in a sense, because you have to account for how much of that's going to go in taxes, your living expenses, and other stuff, medical things you're going to be paying for your medical and all the other stuff. So when it gets chopped down, you're actually going to be down to maybe about, they always say take a third of that out. So you're actually doing about 66, realistically, depending on what state you live in. Could be more, could be less. So I don't know what's this delusion about. Guys got to make six figures when all that's going to be chopped down, and you expect to, live and not contribute to the household. That's not going to work. So,
yeah, I just find it interesting how lately it seems to be you're starting to see more women that are like, why did y'all fight for us to work? And more women are over here saying, oh, he got to be a provider, or he got to make this X amount of money, even though I make this X amount of money. I'm just like, I'm really confused, like, because 1 minute is boss chick babe, we don't need y'all, but you got to be able to make enough money to where I can sit at home and do absolutely nothing. Otherwise, I don't respect you. I'm just like, y'all, y'all gotta make up. I don't know. It's like the lines are just so blurred. I don't know I don't know what to take anymore, man. Let me
dude,
read this. Let me read this
go
super.
ahead.
The Art of Will with the 4.99 super chat says if she gives up the cat more times than an animal shelter, she's not marrying six or seven figure earners. Goofy, man.
It's
Thank you for
true.
that.
I pick up people from when I go do my Ubering, or I should say Ubering, when I do my private driving and stuff. I pick up people from, because where I'm at, I have this place called Paradise Valley, which is like the 11th most expensive zip code in the United States, because we got some major celebrities that live there. And I picked up this one lady, and she was a baby mama. Baby mom from Staten Island, New York. And she struggled like everybody else. She got a degree, met a husband, they struggled, and they did what they had to do. And I picked her up out of a $6 million home, $6 million mansion. Dude, you should have saw the place, bro. If you ever come around down to Phoenix, bro, Look me up, and I will take you down. I will take you down to PV, bro. Paradise Valley, bro. You see that? You swear you were in Beverly Hills.
Mm-mm.
You can even just Google Paradise Valley, Arizona, and see it for yourself, bro. Nothing but mansions. Even the older homes that look like crap, they're running at a minimum 2 mil because the acre of land is running about a mil five, just the land itself. And I can tell you who's living in that township right now. And I'll drop you one of the names of one of the celebrities because he's well known over there, and that's Alice Cooper, the rock star.
Oh wow. Okay. Mm-mm.
That and there's a couple of other major ones that lives out there too. Scottsdale, that's another hot spot, which is right
Yeah,
next door.
yeah. I wanted to say I think uh fitness influencer that I follow stays in Arizona. I know he a millionaire. Mike Rashid. Are you familiar with him?
Yeah, I thought Mike was in LA.
I don't know. I think he got multiple. I think he got multiple places. I remember him looking at something or had something in Arizona too.
If
I
it
think. I
is,
think.
he's probably in my neck of the woods, if anything.
I think he got a place in Arizona and LA.
Yeah. And we
Mm,
got a lot of the pro golfers that's out here because it's a golf paradise up in this place. Right now, it's starting to cool down, but when the summertime hits, it's super hot up here. But we got a lot of major players out here. Um, as far as Hollywood, as far as the sports world, we got the major golf tournament, the Phoenix Waste Management Golf Tournament. This past year, we had that, and right after that, we had the Super Bowl. So we had like over 1,100 private jets in the Phoenix area, and a lot of celebrities. But getting back, not to drift off course, but when I pick up these people, they always tell me it takes two incomes to run their household, and we're talking millionaires. And I've picked them up from anywhere from their $1 million home to $11 million mansions, and secured, guarded, gated with access codes and all types of stuff. They got to need my ID and all this other stuff to get in. So this delusion of women sitting back and being in the house and not doing anything, living the lifestyle like these folks are, is a delusion. All of them told me their stories of how they got to these homes, all of them, while I'm driving them to the airport. So I know the scoop. I know how they made it. Actually, the Ramsey Institute did a book called Everyday Millionaire. You can just read that and it'll tell you. But right now, I tell you, I pick up a lot of the super rich. And they have told me how they got there and how they started. And they all started with a journey, and they all did it together. These women, they're sitting here talking about waiting at the finish line and you got to provide and this and that. They are absolutely delusional and they are absolutely clueless. And those women that I pick up and I tell them about this situation, they told me, no, they're just clueless. You don't do it that way.
mm,
You don't do it that way.
mm.
You
That's
don't.
that and that's what I be trying to explain, man. But women, I'm like women. I be seeing y'all in the comments. That's why I'm doing these shows. But I'm like, see, when I do these shows, y'all MIA. But I'm like, but when I be talking about these on my uploads, y'all be more than happy to pop in and man, I'm trying. I don't know, man. Apparently that's asking for too much, Global Passport Crew. So I mean,
Already picked up 3 NFL players in a year time span. 3 NFL players. We have had conversations, and I tell them when you go in these clubs, you make sure you wrap it up, bro, because they'll set you up. I ain't gonna reveal their names. One's from the Giants, one's from the Saints, and one from the Cardinals.
Wow.
And I got their pictures, and they're in the back of my car.
Wow. All right.
So basically, yeah, I don't know what they're thinking, bro. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I don't know what they're thinking, man, but that's the secret. It's got to be 2 incomes, bro. If you're gonna live that lifestyle, it's got to be 2 incomes. None of this solo man provided thing. That's archaic.
Yeah. You're right. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and put you back in. I'm gonna bring on the DJ Gray Hat. But yeah, I feel you on that because they so because whenever you tell them that you want traditional something traditional, first thing that come out of their mouth is, "Oh, this ain't the 1950s anymore." But then on the flip side, it's like they still hold us to a traditional standard. So I'm like that's the kind of part that kind of gets me. The DJ Gray Hat, would you mute? Are you got YouTube on? I hear echo.
I've turned off YouTube. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. The echo's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems that
Um,
seems to be going a little bit now. You good?
okay. Um, it's kind of funny the last guy that spoke. I actually did Uber and Lyft myself for a couple years, building building my career to where it is now. Um, I work in the legal profession. But my background is in HR, human resources. But oddly, my education's in IT. So when you mentioned IT software engineer types, I've kind of tied all that together to get to where I am. And to the prior gentleman's point about the importance of 2 incomes, I go back to and it I go back to what marriage was supposed to be. Man, woman comes along, woman helps man. When we look at the King James Bible, it talks about help meet, which if you do the word math, it goes back to suitable and fit help or assistance. So it was woman's natural inclination to help man. Unfortunately, between the government and I really think this may be a theory that's a little weird, but I really think to some degree the reason why, especially in the West, they've been pushing for women to be equal in this and that and the third is because it's a money grab of the government because it's a lot easier to tax the man and the woman if they're separated from each other. And of course, as African Americans, we're first up. It's us now. And so instead of us getting together and moving as a team, we're separated and divided. So it makes my heart sad, um, because here I am now going through my career, spending a quarter of a century now in HR and legal and being a six-figure earner now. But it took me getting to my 40s. And now I'm seeing people say, they see me with someone, they're like, are you seeing that person? Are you dating that person? I'm like, I'm not looking to date. The older I get, the less I want to date, the less I want to go through that process. Because now, especially now being in my 40s, if you think the 20-year-old women have their standards that are high, You should see what the 40 and 50-year-old women that are single, you should see their line. They're looking at, they're not even looking at six-figure earner. They're looking at stuff like real estate. They're looking at your net worth. They're looking at not only are you a six-pack abs, six-figure income, 6 feet or taller, but now they're looking to see, do you have at least six, seven-figure net worth as well? They're adding things. And so it makes it just about impossible for those that have not done the Passport Pro route to find love and real relationship. That is unless you happen to stumble on someone who stays away from social media and doesn't have crazy influences. I was writing something in my journal today, and I said, the head is the head. The neck supports the head, but the neck is nothing without the head. The head can function for a second by itself. The neck has no reason to function at all without a head. The problem is now men and women, especially in the Black community, are fighting to be the head. Somebody, this the Bible talks about mutual submission. And submission is not a bad word. Submission means getting under the mission. I think of women to some degree like the ship is nothing without the rudder. A small rudder compared to this big ship. But the rudder supports what the ship is doing and gets the spoils from what the ship is doing. Why you Kevin Samuels, the late Kevin Samuels, God rest his soul, once said this. I love it. Pressure was made for shoulders, not hips.
Mm-hmm.
And so the thought is, why do you want to get out there by yourself? Another thing I also wrote in my journal, and I journal quite a bit, is if you think of a picture of an umbrella, the big umbrella, right? It is our responsibility to cover the woman. It is woman's responsibility to cover the children, and we cover them together, but she's under our covering, and then we're under God's covering. Here's what I think a lot of women don't realize they're doing. They're using their degrees and they're using their career and they're using these high standards. And then you get a man that wants to cover you, and you're standing there with a shotgun under that covering and you're blasting holes in the covering because you want to do what we're doing. We're built to cover society, women and kids and stuff, and the community. We're built for that. And so what ends up happening is we don't want to cover that because we're scared you're going to shoot holes in our covering, which damages us too. We're fight. There's a past relationship I was in, and I'm going to keep this clean. So trust me, I'm not going to get you in trouble. The last relationship I was in, if someone asked me why it ended, I would say it's hard to find attraction to a mate where you're in the bedroom together competing over who has the bigger you know what. Because of all the masculinity that has bled into a lot of our women now, which is really sad. I should not have to compete with you over who covers who and who runs the show. If you want to run the show, do it on your own house, in your own house on your own dime. I'm not going to do that. I know what it costs as a man to supply covering to a family. I'm a father of one. I got married early. Unfortunately, the marriage didn't work out. But I'm still friends with his mother. We're still good friends. And we have an awesome son. We know what worked. We know what didn't work. And so if I had a message to women, I would say this. There are a lot of women that are slowly coming to the reality now that pressure of being the covering when you should be covered is not what you want. It's not what you want. But here's the thing: social media, you don't hear from these 40, too many 40 and 50-year-old women that bought into that uneven exchange of getting education and doing everything. And I got a friend right now who is married. He's a man. He's married to a six-figure earner. They're in the hospital right now because she's sick. But they have had battles before about who covers, who's going to run the show, who's going to do this, who's going to do that. And now you have a situation where now he is forced to take charge. Because here's the thing: life is hard when you're trying to live it by yourself and you trying to operate outside of covering. And now she, I think, is slowly beginning to see that being covered is a blessing. And I wish, and I'll close here, I wish that more females got this. I wish our churches preached it and not the what we could the panderers. I know you saw the video with Devon Franklin, uh, and what he said. I shook my head in utter disgust because I was like, that is not the message that needs to be heard. We need to get back in alignment, back to the nuclear family. When we were that, yeah, it was hard because we're still dealing with Jim Crow and other things, but it worked. We were black women and black men were married to each other at a 90% clip, more than just about any other race. We've gone from that to that incident in Houston. That's how far we've fallen. And I see your face, and I think it's funny because you know where I'm going. This is where society is going, and we will never, as a group, rise above the morality level of the females in our group because they embed the culture. But
Thank you.
they will not get under the covering because they just want to have a voice. They just want to be out there. I'm like, okay, you could be out there if you want to. Matter of fact, I'm running and doing what I got to do. Don't wait at the finish line for me. Because guess what? When I see you at the finish line, I'm going to go in my own direction and I'm going to leave you. And it's not that I want to. I love my black sisters, but my heart hurts for them because it's kind of like a car with a bad alignment. You can drive it and take your hands off the wheel for a while if you want to. But if you keep going long enough, you're going to end up in the bushes upside down in a creek. And this is where we're going unless we do something. I literally think it's going to take something really significant. I would dare say worse than COVID.
Yeah, I've said it before. I said something along the lines of catastrophic. It's gonna
Yeah.
take it's gonna take something really bad for things to change. Something
Well,
that's gonna something that would have to force both genders no choice but to revert back to their traditional roles. Unfortunately, I mean you don't want to see that. Nothing too extreme, but I think that's what it would have to take, to be honest with you.
yeah, I'll hand the mic back to let somebody else join in. But I just think COVID was a warning,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a small warning of literally the world stopped. And I remember I was still working. I worked for a company that it was essential workers. So basically, when everybody else was shut down, restaurants, hotels, and all that,
Yeah,
I
same.
work for I work for I work for a company that does consumer healthcare products.
Yeah,
So
same here.
y-
Same here.
yeah, so I was very in that way. I was very blessed because what I do is essential to keeping things going. But I saw so many people suffering and struggling. Fortunately, I was able to help some of them. But we don't we do we if something like that multiplied by 10 was to hit this country, would it survive? Could society revert? Or are we still too stuck in our pride, especially on the women's side, but also men too? Are we too stuck in our pride of I'm strong and independent? You're strong and independent until what you're doing does not work and you need help. And when you go looking for help, and we've turned our back, or we're less than talkative and less than willing to help you, what are you going to do then? The cat and the dog that you have isn't going to help you but so much. You're going to need us. We're going to need each other, and we've got to stop the foolishness, drop the pride, and just find some common ground somewhere. Right now, it feels like we're getting further and further and further apart, especially as the PR gentleman said, unrealistic expectations. The average man makes between what, $43,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Putting 2 and 3 of that together, merging expenses. So, I can pay cable, you can pay power. You can get a lot further. I've seen Indian and Latino and African cultures in this country having houses that have multi-generational existences. You might have grandma, grandpa, and an in-law suite on floor 1. Got the kids on floor 3 with the rec room. Got the grown folks in the middle floor, and everybody works together, splitting all the stuff. And I give a shout out to a lot of the Mexicans and Dominicans that I know. This is their culture. They know it. Now, could they get separate houses? Yeah, they do in some cases, but most of the time they're hanging out with each other because their allegiance to family is, the structure is strong.
Right.
And so unfortunately with black folks, it's a little more complicated because of slavery and the legacy and the residue of slavery, and of course the government with the many things it's done to try to tear black families apart. But even when we were getting both barrels as far as the government back in the 60s, we were still married to each other at a much higher clip than anybody else. 90%, I believe it was. So now we get to the current, and it's like there is no easy solution. And it's really going to take something, unfortunately, catastrophic to grab the wheel of the boat and get it back going in the right direction. And that's the part that makes me sad that we got here. But guess what? We're here now.
Mm-hmm.
And men are natural born problem solvers. So let's it's just it's going women is just going to have a huge wake up call, and men are too, because this crop of men that we got coming out that can't seem to pull their pants up and can't seem to dress themselves correctly. And don't get me started about I call this the Walmart situation, where you go into a Walmart or some place, and you got bonnets, eyelashes that are way too long, tattoos that are showing on people's faces. It's like, where's the pride in what you're doing and how you present yourself? What are we doing as a community? We're destroying ourselves, and we don't realize that we are parties in our own destruction. Something's got to give, something's got to shift. And I think it's going to take something very significant for the ship to be righted. So I'll hand the mic back to you, dude. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to talk. This is stuff I've been sitting on for a hot minute, so I appreciate you letting me get it out. So thanks again, man. I'm open to your feedback and what you think about what I said.
All right, man. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah. See, I got Arta Will and Jamal Fowler coming on next, but yeah, I wanna address this in the chat. Taytone 384, whoever. Um, the link is in the chat somewhere. Mike, if you want to come on. Now, yeah, I want to try to keep it about. I want to try to go no more than 10 minutes, you guys, per person. I got the Arta Will and Jamal Fowler coming up on next. I'm gonna bring Arta Will on next, based on the order that it came in.
What to
Arta
do,
Will, what's going on, my guy?
It's going great. Shout out to your callers. I wanted to come in with a different vibe because, man, a lot of that was really depressing. Not on them, just like how what society's become. Here's the thing that I notice. Like sometimes when modern women, and when I say modern women, it's not a race thing. So you race hustlers in the chat, don't be trying to come at me like that because I know there's a couple cornballs in there. Um, but I will say this, like every time she talks, if her chin jiggles more than a twerking chick at a Freaknik, she is not going to marry a 7-figure earner or a 6-figure earner. If, oh, wait. Also, if you can throw Thor's hammer through her portal and it ends up in Asgard, she's not marrying a 6-figure earner. Now, the closest thing to marriage is that she'll end up being dragged like a pair of wedding tin cans. And I did hear something early from DJ Gray about the finish line. It's only fitting that they wait there because that's where they get ran through. And when they tell you that they are going to 5 guys, she is right. But what she's not telling you is that she's getting meat shoved between her buns. And again, you also have to be careful that when modern women, every time they open their mouth, they end up taking more semen than the USS Gerald Ford aircraft carrier. And when they end up becoming old and shriveled, they end up looking like Shang Tsung's Mortal Kombat victims. So if anyone ever has a daughter, do not name her Pandora. Because what happens is if a Pookie opens Pandora's box, she's going to end up being a single mother.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Hey, Ro, man, thanks for having me on your show, bro.
Thank you so much.
All right, bet. Take it easy.
Oh my goodness, bro. Holy snap, man. I needed that too, bro. Oh my God, I needed that laugh. Man, you can always count on Art of Will for that, man. Jesus Christ. I'm telling y'all, bro, that man, he really need to do stand up, bro. Oh my God, bro. Oh man, I'm looking forward to this, man. Yo, shout out to this brother, man. Huge supporter, man. Huge supporter, man.
I'm looking forward to this, man. Yo,
What's going on, brother?
Man. Huge supporter, man. Huge supporter.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm all right, man. How about yourself?
What's good, bro? What's up, bro? How you doing?
You probably gonna have to mute YouTube because it's like
I just got a question. I'm not gonna be here long.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Look, we hear these women talk all the time about, they wouldn't date this man or they wouldn't marry this man if he don't make certain kind of money. If you're a man that's coming up, that's went through things in your life, and you're trying to get to the top, right? Why would you even want to get married? Now I know as men, we're supposed to provide, we're supposed to look out. But why would you want to be with somebody that didn't want to be with you from the get go? Like when you're on your come up. I mean, I mean, I understand that we want to be with somebody as men. You know, we look at a lot of women, they're physically beautiful, everything, but sometimes is it even worth it, man? Somebody as men, you know, we look at a lot of women, they're physically beautiful, everything, but sometimes is it even worth it?
My apologies, you guys. But yeah, I remember going over that when I was discussing this in one of my videos because, like I
My
said,
apologies,
man,
guys. But yeah, I
it's
remember
probably even less
going over
incentive
that when
for
I
a
was
man
discussing this in one of my
that
videos.
can make that kind of money to even want to
Like
do it
this, man.
simply because
But yeah, I remember probably even less
a woman is
incentive
going to be
for a
even
man
more
listening to one of my
incentivized
videos that
to
can make that kind
break
of
the
money to even
contract
want
because
to
of
do
what
it
you can get
simply
out
because
of it due to you
yeah, I
being the
remember probably
breadwinner
even less
and
incentive
her
to
no
be
longer
even more
working or working
incentivized
very
because
little.
can
So,
break the contract
um,
because of what you can get out of it due to you being the breadwinner and her no
yo,
longer
are you
working
you
very
got
little.
YouTube on, Jamal? It's like a really bad echo.
It's like a really bad echo.
Yeah, because that echo was real bad. Um, but yeah, bro, like I agree with you though, Jamal, because like I said, this is why I was saying earlier to the other guy. I'm like, I actually think is, and he even mentioned it. He basically said the same thing. It's actually more an incentive for average earners to get married because of the benefits. But like he said, this is why they got everything programmed the way it does in our society because there's no incentive there. Everybody is separated, and when you got people separated, more people you can tax because they get more out of you when they tax you as a single person versus being married. Yeah, man. Shout out to Alex What, man. Speaking of Alex What, man, I see you are in the back. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you on.
What's up, Rome? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, my G?
Nothing, man. Just chilling. Got off work. Just want to say a few things. To what Jamal said. I mean, like, what's the point of getting married? I mean, to have like a two-parent household, but at the end of the day, you can have that without, being married. But at the end of the day, I mean, you can have a female that's gonna stick by you. Because what he said at the beginning, like, if you're not gonna be here and help me out through the getting it through the mud and everything, what's the point of you being me at the top? Respectfully.
Mm-hmm.
Respectfully. And I mean, every man wants to feel like, oh, you want me because who I am, no matter my height or et cetera, and stuff. But I do think if and when you're gonna have it without marriage, just make sure she the one. Like, like vet her just like as she would vet you and ask the tough questions, because that's what I think that a lot of people don't ask. But and when it comes to whole six figures, yes and no. I think you can date while having six figures, but just know in the back of your mind, she not there for you, respectfully, and it's only your shot. 'Cause some other dude gonna come in and take it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really hearing y'all on that. If you wasn't down with me if you wasn't with me when I was down, why should I be with you when I'm up? Cause that see, and this is one of the reasons, and this is one of the things that men are trying to get across to women when they say they want men of that caliber. Y'all got to understand, bruh. These men didn't come out the womb with that kind of value. Like, we're not born with our value like y'all. So y'all got to understand that once a man breaks into that class of men, he pretty much just gonna move just like them because wasn't none of y'all checking for him when he was down. I'm like, there's a reason why people like Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, they're still with the same women that they've been with since before they got famous, and you don't hear nothing bad about them. That should tell women everything that they need to know. I just saw a post recently of LL Cool J celebrating his anniversary. There go 3 rappers I just named off. You know, since women act like they so into rappers so much. So I mean, it's like it's not that it's impossible. It's just that a lot of y'all want to wait at the finish line. Y'all don't want to build with anybody, but they don't understand the power of bringing those two incomes together. And because I mean, I even look at what my parents did. You know, I mean, bringing both of their incomes together and being able to afford to live in one of the better neighborhoods in Cincinnati. You know what I mean? I didn't have to worry about gunshots and things of that nature growing up. I grew up in a pretty nice neighborhood. You know what I mean? And a big part of that had to do with both of them bringing their incomes together so that way we can be in a in a decent place. So it's like because I know both of their incomes combined, they was bringing in over 6 figures. So once again, it just goes to show you it's possible. My bad. I ain't mean to go on a rant. Alex, what? Go ahead, brother.
Nah, brother, you good. But I just want to comment on the video that you posted earlier about that lady who wanted a 6. Like you wanted a 6. It kind of made my mind like twist. Like you want a 6 man, a man that makes 6 figures or more to be a provider, yet you don't know how much he wants to bring in. Like that's confusing to me because it's like that's like, oh, I want to order, but I don't know exactly what I want in it. If you want a provider, know how much you're gonna bring in, and it's at the end of the day. To me, how that comes across, you just want an ATM. If he's not like you're not being in a physical relationship with him, you're not building anything with him, and you already got your stuff. What am I here for? Respectfully, unless you just asking something for me, and if you're not trying to relocate, I mean, hey, I think most guys, even myself, is willing to relocate. But if you're not trying to work with me, like what are we talking about? Like I just don't get it, you know. And it made me just like scratch my head because and to be honest with you, in my case, she had 5.9, like just off rip. Yeah, she got chest, but chill.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like for real, like as far as her face goes, she was really, really average looking. I mean, but I mean, like you say, she had them knockers on her, but that, I mean, but she was caked up. She was caked up. I'm like, did you have anything else to say?
No, go ahead, man. I'm gonna drop out. You go ahead and do your thing. I'll just be putting the links and stuff. But you go ahead, Ron. You have a good one, and rest up to your father respectfully. I heard you, but yeah, peace out.
Man, I appreciate it, brother. Man, I appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead. Hey, John Brown, I see you in the back, but I'm gonna let Jamal Fowler come in because he was in the middle of saying something earlier, but we was kind of having an echo issue. So I'm gonna let him come back on, say a few things, and then I'll bring you on, John Brown. All right.
What's
going
up,
on?
bro?
Oh
Is,
yeah, that
is it
sounds
better? Is it better now?
hell yeah, that sounds legit. Hell yeah,
Okay, bro. Finally, it was good to meet you as well, man.
man, same here, man. Nice to finally speak to you, brother.
Oh yeah, but yeah, man, it's just like you hear these demands all the time, man, and we as men, we get out here, we bust our ass, we do what we're supposed to do, all this kind of stuff, and it ain't good enough. And I'm at the point now. I just turned 45 last week. I'm at the point now, man, and I've gone through a lot of things in my life. Everything's finally on the right track. I'm at the point right now, man. To hell with these damn women, bro. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like nothing's ever good enough. Like we see everything that's going on with the celebrities. Look at what your boy in Cincinnati going through right now with Jamar Chase. You know what I'm saying? You think a woman would know how to act in his situation. You know what I'm saying? But no, she don't. She want to act a fool. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, when is it good enough? And why are we continuing to try when we have examples all around us that this ain't gonna work? You feel what I'm talking
about? You got a point, man. I mean, I've been saying that for a while. It's like, damn, I'm like women say they want men that they want these caliber of men, but even those caliber of men are getting dragged through the mud when it comes to divorce court. You know what I mean? It's like even the ones that you don't hear anything bad about, going
Right.
on behind the scenes. Like I'm like even they women leaving them. It's just like,
Yeah,
bruh.
man. And it don't get me wrong, it's hard wrong because like I said, we're physical. We as men, we're physical beings. You know, we see women. We want to be with an attractive woman, man. But at the same time, it's like, what else comes with it? You see what I'm saying? Are you gonna be humble? You gonna be with me through the thick and thin? I mean, what do you want? You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's just like, honestly, to me, we have no choice but to leave them alone, man. It's hard. Trust me, because I'm on muck mode, 11 years, bro. You see what I'm saying? It's hard, bro. I work at a dealership right now. I see beautiful women all day, every day. But at the end of the day, I have to realize, like, dang, is she even worth trying to go holler at? You see what I'm saying?
Right, cause I've been on the same thing since I got back from Southeast Asia. Cause let me tell you, brother, I go to the gym 5 times a week. Good God.
Oh, I could just imagine what you see, bro.
Oh man, it's tough. It's so tough. Especially, what I mean, you got all this testosterone build up, you lifting.
Yeah,
So then on top of that, all you see is these women, attractive women around you with little to nothing on and
facts,
very, very little to the imagination. And I'm just over here like,
facts.
oh man. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
man.
and I'm with you on that but prior to Thailand, I was like a little over 2 years on monk mode. So
Yeah. It's
so
hard.
imagine, right. So imagine coming from that and then coming back here and trying to get back on monk mode. I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna cut it this time. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's
I feel you, brother. I feel you, man. I
tough,
feel
man.
you. But
It's
bro, I ain't
tough.
gonna hold you. I know you got other callers, man. I just wanted to chime in tonight. It was good. Finally, we're face to face a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
you take care. You keep doing what you're doing, brother.
I appreciate you so much, brother, man. Thank you for coming on.
You know I got you, baby. Keep doing your thing.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Man. That's Jamal Fowler, man. Big time, man. That's the homie right there, bro. Always supporting, man. That's my guy, bro. Shout out to him, bro. Yeah, Jay Fleming, what's going on, brother? I just been having people coming on, for about, giving them about, 5 to 10 minutes, speak their piece on what the topic of discussion is in the title. Because there's been this trend of a lot of women saying that, they want a provider. Well, I'm like, well, okay, if that's the case, should only 6 and 7 figure earners be getting married then? Like, because everybody, there's never going to be a time or a place where most or even majority of men make that kind of money. So since it seems like all women are trending back to the 1950s that they claim that they don't want to be a part of, I figure, be a good topic of discussion. It's been very interesting to hear everybody's take, man. We've had people hit us with stats, like Global Passport Crew and other people sharing their opinions, and we even had a joke session with the Art of Will on here. Right now, I'm gonna have White Knight Assassin, another longtime subscriber, come on here. So Jay Fleming, I believe I just dropped the link on here. If you want to speak on this topic, if not, that's cool. I'm not gonna be on here try not to be on here too much longer, but I'm gonna let on here White Knight Assassin come in because I know he's been a long time watcher. What's going on, my guy?
Hey, what's up, man? Can you hear me clear?
Yep, you sound good. You sound good.
All right, man. So, like, yeah, man, I'm out here on the tour with out here in Costa Rica with some gentlemen. Like, first, like a singles tour, like with gentlemen from all around the world. We got some guys from Great Britain, We got some a couple guys from France, and then we have a guy from Germany, and then we have another guy from the U.S. And it's like we've been touring Costa Rica out here, and yeah, man, it's really different. Like everything you say is true, man. Like I'm the only black dude on the tour, about African American on the tour, and like the women out here are like looking at me like dead in my face and like letting me know they want me. Like it's totally different. Like the like even like we met some white girls today from Europe, and we're about to meet them. I'm about to head out and meet them for drinks whenever they get finished done with their showers and stuff. But I just wanted to thank you, personally, because once you went your first trip to Colombia, I was like, all right, man, there you know, ain't no reason for me not to go ahead and just plan this trip. It ain't no like money out here um, that I can't spend. I'm just been saving. I was like, I'm just sitting on. I was like, might as well do something. But like, I just want to tell everybody, like what Rome said is true out here, man. It's like, especially for brothers, it's like they see ghosts. Like they look at me like dead in my face, trying to figure out what I am. Like it is crazy, and like they go out of their way to speak to me. Um, like I said, like totally different uh, than the white people in America, man. Like they come up, they talk to you, they want to know everything about you. Uh, they're just really friendly, and the actual people here, great, great. So I would say, guys, like Rome said, he waves it in your face all the time. He said, "Get your passports." I can't stress it enough, man. You gotta feel it. It's a different when it's Rome says it, but it's really different when you experience it. And
Man,
Rome is you ain't lie. I got the fever. I caught it. Caught it. I caught it. But I just wanted to thank you personally again, brother, and like really thanks for that push. You know what I mean? I really appreciate it. That push was what I needed, man. You got me out here, and I already booked my next trip. So my next joint is it's February. It's a 15-day tour of the 15-day tour of all of Central America. So I'm going to be going to Guatemala, Nicaragua, back to Costa Rica, and El Salvador. So it's going to be a trip through all those. So I can't wait to do that. And like I said, guys, if you don't know what country you want to go to, pick them all and do an excursion trip. You're going to be in a different country every day. So,
wow.
hey, again, Rome, I'd like to say thank you. And, so I went on the trip. Am I officially the passport, bro? Am I
I
official
get
now?
yeah. You official, brother. You official, man.
All right, Rome. So I got to get out of here. About to go out. So thanks again, man. And oh yeah, I forgot. Shout outs to I am Alex. What hardest working? What is it? Moderator in the business.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. I'm out of here. Hey, peace, Rome.
Hey, man. Thank you so much, man. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Unbelievable, man. Man, that man, you don't know how happy that makes me, man. Yeah, man. I'm proud of him too, man. Like big proud, man. I've been hearing a lot of good things about Costa Rica lately, man. I think I'm gonna try to squeeze that in sometime in the future. I'm hearing good. I'm like, and I know Brazil Yesh been down there for a while too. What? Wow. Wow, man. Yeah, man. Be safe, man. Safe travels. White Knight Assassin, man. I appreciate you. Because I know you've been watching me for a long time, brother, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Wow, man. Like, damn, man. Little old me, man. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. This was fun, man. This was really fun. Uh, I think you know what? I think I want to start doing more shows in this more of a format. It doesn't necessarily have to be a smoke show, but I definitely like hearing what you guys have to say, man, because it seems like everybody is on one accord, but everybody has their own angle and way of looking at things, man. And I think at the end of the day, everybody is looking out for one another, especially the brothers. Um, but I definitely would have loved to hear from the women on this one. But it's all good. Um, either way, engagement is engagement. Um, yeah. Yeah, Venezuelan women are beautiful too. It's just too dangerous to go down there, man. Because to be honest with you, I might actually find Venezuelan women more attractive than Colombian women. Venezuelan women, good God, those women are Jesus Christ. It's just Venezuela hot, bro. But you can find some Venezuelan women in Colombia, especially if you're in Cartagena or even Barranquilla. I didn't meet any women from Venezuela when I was in Barranquilla, but I know they be in Cartagena and Barranquilla though. Um, mm. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, um, speaking of cash apps, I want to thank again Jamal Fowler, Global Passport Crew, and Carrie for the $20 and 50 and the $10 super chat. I mean cash app. Apologies. And I also want to thank the Art of Will for the super chats as well. Um, thank you guys so much. Tomorrow I am going to be doing a live reaction because it seems that Miss I used to be a matchmaker has changed her tune yet again. This woman don't know what she want to do. So I'm like, so I think that's gonna be fun, man. Because people been blowing me up with that in my email today. So I figured I'd do a live reaction to that tomorrow. All right. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow around the same time. Again, appreciate you guys. Much love. Y'all know how we ride out. Deuces. Oh yeah, Jamal. Ecuador. That's on my list too, man. Ecuador is probably a hidden gem. Beautiful women there too. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, you guys. Yeah, that caught me, Jamal. I had to speak on Ecuador because South America, man. That's looking like that's gonna be it for me. But yeah, man. Support. Hit the cash out. Support the show. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the travel vlog channel as well, man. Y'all can see I've been to Colombia, Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand. Check all that stuff out. All right. All right. Out of here, y'all. Deuces.
Brother on my arm, no brother on your own. Brother on my arm, no brother on your own.